No, my conclusion, I think you guys are just trying to like wipe the whole population, you know?
When you say wipe, you mean like kill? Do you think we try to
No,
kill
I
the
think like
population?
bomb, you know, literally bomb everything.
Like the buildings or the people?
I mean, both actually.
Do you know how many bombs Israel dropped on Gaza since October 7, 2023? So exactly 2 years.
Must be a lot.
Can you guess? You have an estimate?
I mean, the whole Gaza Strip is down, so I think it's over 50 minimum.
50 or 50,000?
No, like minimum 50 bombs, like 100
50.
bombs.
Oh, Israel dropped way more than that. We dropped more than 200,000 bombs.
On, since October 7th.
Since October 7, 2023, we dropped over 200,000 bombs.
Okay, but why are you saying it like you're proud of it?
Let me walk you through it so you will understand, okay? So
No,
that's
no,
something that, by the way,
200,000 bombs, you know what that is?
yeah, let me walk you through it because I was also in the military. So let me walk you through it real quick. So we dropped over 200,000 bombs, right? And
Yes?
that's very conservative number, and I'm talking only about airstrikes. I'm not even talking about grenades, ground
Yeah,
operations,
airstrikes of
bullets. Yeah,
200,000.
over 200,000 airstrikes. If your intent is to kill as many people as possible, right? If
Yeah.
this is your intent, how many people do you think one bomb can kill?
Yeah, more than hundreds, more than thousands.
Okay, let's be conservative. Well, give me a conservative number. How many
At
people
least
you
a
think
thousand
one?
people.
At least you know what? Let me help you with the argument. Let's say 100 people. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's say one bomb can kill 100 people.
Yeah.
We dropped over 200,000 bombs. So, very simple math. If we multiply the 100 with 200,000, that means that if we wanted to destroy, with the amount of bombs that we dropped, there would be 20 million people dead.
Yeah, yeah, true.
There is not even 20 million people living in Gaza. Before the war started, in the entire Gaza Strip, there were 2.1 million people living.
Say, oh, you're pro-Israeli?
Oh, yeah. How are you?
I'm doing good. What about you?
I'm great. You're from the
I,
Netherlands?
I'm from the Netherlands. Yes, I am.
You look Arab.
Yeah, lots of people say that actually, but I'm not Arabic.
So, where are you from?
I'm from Afghanistan.
Afghanistan. Oh, cool. Nice.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, tell me, are you Jewish?
I am Jewish. Yeah, sorry, my Star of David was inside. Put it here.
Yeah, no. You've got a pretty small nose for a Jewish person, I would say.
Yeah, I did a nose job.
You did a nose job, really.
No, I didn't.
Oh, you did? Can you
You
like to
have
the
a
side?
you have a big nose for someone who is not Jewish.
Yeah, I mean, it's just much testosterone, we say. You know, much testosterone.
You know what's
That
funny?
fine.
You know what's
Huh?
funny?
What's
So
funny?
many people say that Jewish people have big noses, but I never met an Arab Muslim or like an Arab Christian, just an Arab, someone from the Middle East, who didn't have the biggest fucking nose.
But you know what it is, you know? Okay,
No.
okay, I'll explain it to you now,
Yeah,
okay?
yeah.
So me, I have a big nose. I do. But it suits me. When I see a Jewish person with a big nose, it looks like Squidward's head. You know what I'm
But
saying?
there's, you
Like,
know that Jewish people don't all look alike, right?
true that, but I mean, from what I've seen, I swear, you guys look identical to each other, I swear.
How many Jews have you ever met in your life?
I have, that's a good question. I would probably say not a lot because I'm from the Netherlands. You don't have any Jewish people over here.
Well, you have a lot of Muslim there, so this is why. Where there's a lot of Muslim, there's not a lot of
Whoa,
Jews.
if you take a look at Brussels, you will only see Jewish people coming out of garage boxes. What do
What
you
do you mean
mean?
only see? You
If
know
you
how
look at
many?
Antwerp, I went to
First,
Antwerp. No, 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 I went to Antwerp. I look to the left, to the right. I only see Jewish people.
you know how many Jewish people are
Bro,
in the entire
I walk
world?
down the street. You know what I hear? I
What?
hear children singing in Hebrew.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool.
That's not cool. It was creepy.
So it's legit. Okay, nice. So I can
Legit.
visit the Netherlands there.
No, what?
So I'll say so I can visit the Netherlands. It sounds like normal place.
I mean, I would probably not say to people that I was Jewish in the Netherlands because you're gonna get targeted. You're gonna get targeted. Trust
Do you
me.
think it's normal?
Okay, to be honest, I know there's lots of Jewish people out there, but the Jews that support Israel, I swear, like, come on, bro. Where's your life? Where's your morals? Come on.
I support Israel. I'm from Israel.
Yeah, you're from Israel, but like, how are you proud of your country's actions?
I am very much. I think that a lot of people are being fed a lot of lies and propaganda. And this is why I'm here, because I'm here to debunk all of the
Okay,
lies.
what's the propaganda that's going around? Like Israel bombing children in Gaza and stuff.
Yeah,
There's no
because so
propaganda.
first of all, Israel doesn't bomb children. That's the first propaganda. Second propaganda is that there is no genocide. It's a war. There's a lot of propaganda going on. If you want to bring one claim, I can kind of walk you through it and tell you why it's wrong.
I mean, okay, like I would understand that some civilians would get killed if Hamas is truly hiding behind civilians, but there's over 10,000 babies that are dead, and there's proof to that as well. You find you
No. So 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 first of all, let's start with Hamas real quick. So the fact that you know that Hamas is fighting is already good. You already know more than most people that I talk to. Do you agree that Hamas declared the war in October 7, 2023?
I think there already was a war beforehand, you know?
No, in October 6, 2023, no babies were dying, right? No buildings were destroyed. Obviously, I'm not talking about it's not like we lived in peace and utopia before October 7, 2023. But
Yes.
it was not a full-blown war like we're seeing right now. Would you
Yeah, yeah,
agree?
true.
Okay,
True.
so they started it when they came in October 7, 2023, and they did the massacre. They took people hostage. They still have hostages. Now, does Hamas have any military bases in Gaza?
Does not that I know of, to be honest. It's probably the hospitals, right, and the schools.
So, yeah, they don't have military bases intentionally because Hamas is a guerrilla warfare unit. So, essentially, they're utilizing guerrilla tactics. So, they are fighting from within civilian infrastructure. When they fight the IDF, what are they wearing? Are they wearing uniforms or what are they wearing?
I don't know what they're wearing. Probably something Palestinian written on their forehead, or what?
No, when they're fighting the IDF, they're just wearing regular clothes, civilian clothes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, to be honest, there were some articles going around that Hamas was funded by your president
That
and
Hamas
your
was.
former president as well.
What's the article?
Um, there was like a multiple posts of Israeli people themselves saying that Israel created Hamas,
No,
not like the evil Hamas, but they did fund their like weapons and stuff.
no.
You know,
Do you know where this lie come from?
where does this like come from?
It's funny how every single lie that the pro-Palestinians make up is actually kind of smart because they take 1% of truth and then they wrap it with 99% of lies. And then if somebody Google the lie, he can find like a kernel of truth, but the majority of it is it's
But
bullshit.
yeah,
So
okay,
where does it come from? Let me explain to you. So Hamas didn't start like a terrorist organization. Hamas started as a charity organization that basically was it was not like it was not like anything official like governmental. It was just a charity organization that was made to help Palestinian people, especially widows and children. So during the time that Hamas was funded in the 80s, there was another Palestinian group that was the leaders of the Palestinian at the time that was called Fatah. Did you hear
yeah,
about Fatah before?
yeah,
So Hamas started as a charity, and then their leader of Hamas, essentially, his name is Ahmed Yassin. Ahmed
yeah.
Yassin, the guy
It's
that
been
established Hamas, he then created Hamas as an armed section of the Muslim Brotherhood. So essentially, he took it from being a charity to being an armed section of the Muslim Brotherhood. So essentially, a terror organization. And then they created their charter in the 80s, where they wrote exactly what who they are. They started with talking about how they need to kill all the Jews in Israel and worldwide, how they need to clear Israel from Jews and make it Palestine and blah 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 blah. Before all of that, that was when Israel endorses Hamas, when they were not a terrorist organization, when they were a charity organization. So yeah, Israel endorses Hamas when we thought that, well, we have Fatah that are terrorists and literally creating terror attacks in Israel. And then we have another organization that, are doing charity and helping the actual civilians. So Israel supported them. But then when they became an armed section of the Muslim Brotherhood and they started shooting rockets and doing terror attacks, we obviously cut ties with them. Now, there's a difference between funding them, we giving them money, and allowing money to come to them. Because Gaza, if they want to get money from Qatar, for example, or from Iran, it needs to come through Israel. Israel cannot just take the money from Qatar and keep it. We need to give it to Hamas. Will you say that that's us giving money to Hamas? We are funding Hamas? Or are we just allowing the money from other countries to go to Hamas?
Okay, okay, you've got some fair points now with Hamas. I fully admit he's a bad person too. You know, but that still doesn't like justify the fact that babies are getting killed. Habibi, come on, it's
Habibti,
true.
Habibi.
It's
Let me tell
true.
you. Let me tell you something. I think that what's happening in Gaza, it's very sad. I
Yeah, it is
wish
very sad. The civilians are suffering because of the Hamas.
I wish, Isma, I wish, seriously, I'm saying very, very truthfully, I wish I could have a magic wand and do like this, and tomorrow there will
Me
be
too.
peace in the Middle East. I wish. But
Me
there's a
too.
problem because we can't put a band aid on this wound because we have Hamas that even though we did really good job in the past 2 years, we destroyed a lot of their offensive capabilities. You have their leaders still saying October 7 was just the beginning. We will do October 8, October 9, October 10. And then also, they say that the Palestinian people support them and that the majority of the population wants them and supports them. And there was a lot of polls that were done by Palestinian groups that asked Palestinians in Gaza and in Judea and Samaria, did you support the military wing of Hamas during October 7? And a lot of them said yes.
Yeah, on October 7th.
But you know what was October 7th?
Yeah, I know.
Have you seen
Yeah,
videos?
when they went to the Nova
But
Festival, but
not just Nova Festival, also when they went to the kibbutzim. Have you seen videos from October 7th?
I've seen many things. I've seen many things. I've seen many things. But the people voting for them, okay, those are just resistance fighters. When in your country you don't have any schools left to go to, you don't have any work left anymore, of course you're going to grow up to be like a resistance fighter in the end, right? And of
Gaza
course I
was
get those
beautiful
for it.
before the war. Have you seen photos of Gaza before the war? They
Yes,
had
of course I
Mercedes Benz, they had
beautiful.
hotels, they had work. A lot of them also worked in Gaza or entered into Israel to work. By the way, this is how they were able to kill so many civilians in Israel during October 7 because they're next to Gaza, next to the border, there's a lot of Israeli kibbutzim, a lot of villages. And the people that lived in those villages were actually lefties, Israeli lefties that supported two-state solution. They wanted equal rights with the Palestinians. They would drive to the Gaza border and take Palestinians to the hospitals in Israel. They were really like, they believed in like coexistence. And they had a lot of workers from Gaza that would come to Israel every day and they would work for them in Gaza and they would give them fair pay. And those workers from Gaza, they gave Hamas literally maps of these people's homes. The people that treated them like
Is there,
family.
do you have a source for that or
Yes, I
something?
do. Yes, I do. First of all, if you actually look at the names of the people that got killed in October 7, because you said you've seen many things, a lot of the people that got killed, murdered, butchered, burned to death, and also took hostage was people that were peace activists. There was one woman, she was 70 years old. Her name is Yocheved Lifshitz. She was taken with her husband. She and her husband, personally, were both like radical left wing. Like they believe that Israel is an apartheid, that Israel is colonizer state. They believed all of that, and they were huge pro-Palestinians. And they kidnapped them to Gaza. And her husband, they killed him in the tunnels, and they gave us his body. And yeah, it's all of those stories. If you actually look for the information, you'll find it. Those people, the reason they lived so close to Gaza is was because they wanted to help the Gazan people. But
Yeah.
it bit them in the ass because those Gazans went to Hamas, gave them all the information about where they live. They even told them who has dogs, like so they can know which houses have dogs. Live the fact that they killed the dogs as well, but like
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah,
it's sad, it's terrible, and
yeah, it's
what are you gonna
terrible.
do?
You can watch it from two perspectives. Okay, from Israeli side, you have Hamas doing things to you and stuff. But I still find it weird that you guys are just bombing the shit out of them.
How
Like
many
you know,
bombs do you think? Do you think Israel is indiscriminately bombing, or do you think we bombing to destroy
I
Hamas?
think it's an ethnic cleansing, to be honest.
So,
Almost.
so like ethnic cleansing will be a little different than like indiscriminately bombing. Like, so when people say indiscriminately bombing, they're implying that it's a genocide. Do you believe that it's a genocide?
I believe you're trying to like ethnically like cleanse the whole ethnicity. I think you guys want to erase Palestinian from the map and just build the greater Israel.
Do you think
Israel.
Palestinians are an ethnicity?
Huh?
Do you think Palestinians are an ethnicity?
Now Palestinians. I mean, their ethnicity, like they go way back, right? Like
Palestinians are Arabs. So, the word Palestinian will define their national identity.
yeah, national. Yeah, okay, they're
So it's
Arab.
like a nationality. So Arab will be their ethnicity. Like, for example, my ethnicity is Jewish, my
Yeah.
nationality is Israeli and American.
No, my conclusion. I think you guys are just trying to like wipe the whole population.
So you
But
think we try to kill, like, when you say wipe, you mean like kill? Do you think we try to
no,
kill
I
all the
think like
population?
bomb. Literally bomb everything.
Like the buildings or the people?
I mean, both actually.
So let me ask you something. So that's super interesting. So do you know how many bombs Israel dropped on Gaza since October 7, 2023? So exactly 2 years.
Must be a lot.
Can you guess? You have an estimate?
The whole Gaza Strip is down, so I think it's over 50 minimum.
50 or 50,000?
No, like minimum 50 bombs, like 100
50.
bombs.
Oh, Israel dropped way more than that. We dropped more than 200,000 bombs.
Since October 7th.
Since October 7, 2023, we dropped over 200,000 bombs.
Okay, but why are you saying it like you're proud of it?
I'm
I
not.
mean, you're
Let me
making
let me let me walk you through it so you will understand. Okay, so that's
no,
something that, by the way,
200,000 bombs. You know what that is?
yeah. Let me walk you through it because I was also in the military. So let me walk you through it real quick. So we dropped over 200,000 bombs, right? And
Yes.
that's very conservative number. And I'm talking only about airstrikes. I'm not even talking about grenades, ground
Yeah,
operations,
airstrikes of
bullets.
200,000.
Yeah, over 200,000 airstrikes. Let me
Oh,
ask you,
yeah,
if your intent is to kill as many people as possible, right? If
yeah.
this is your intent, how many people do you think one bomb can kill? One bomb.
Yeah, more than hundreds, more than thousands.
Okay, let's be conservative. Well, give me a conservative number. How many
At
people
least
you think
thousands
one?
people.
At least you know what? Let me help you with the argument. Let's say 100 people. Okay.
Yeah,
Let's say one bomb can kill 100 people.
yeah,
We dropped over 200,000 bombs. So, very simple math. If we multiply the 100 with 200,000, that means that if we wanted to destroy, with the amount of bombs that we dropped, there would be 20 million people dead. There is
yeah,
not
yeah.
even
True.
20 million people living in Gaza. Before the war started, in the entire Gaza Strip, there were 2.1 million people living. Do you know how many people died based on Hamas's numbers?
How many people?
Based on Hamas's numbers, it's about 65,000. Let's round up. Let's say 70,000.
Yeah,
And
they say
that's
seventy-five
and
thousand now,
they it's
and
it's
counting.
they say 65, I'm saying 70 to help your argument, even though, by the way, the 70,000, it includes Hamas, PIJ, PFLP, DFLP, Lions Den, all of those terrorist groups. When any of those terrorist group members dies, they don't count them separately. They add them to the total death toll.
Okay,
So
but
when you
that doesn't even make it the 30% of it.
but when
The-
we'll get to that. But let's say, just for the sake of the argument, that all of those 70,000 are civilians, even though it's not true. But let's say, for the sake of the argument, by your conservative, you said 1,000 people can die from one bomb. I will say depend on the bomb, but if we're being conservative, I will say at least a minimum 500 people will die from one bomb that is dropped in a crowded area. But we
Yeah,
said
yeah,
100. A
yeah,
hundred
yeah.
people can die from one bomb. We did the math. 20 million people should have been dead.
Yeah,
How is
but
there
that's
only
besides the
seventy
point. Like,
thousand people dead?
who says you're not trying to cover it up by pumping, like military sites of Hamas and stuff?
But they don't have
You're just
military
doing it
sites.
indirectly, not directly, but indirectly.
What do you mean? So you say that we try to
No,
kill all the
you
2
just you
million, but
just
we're
like you're committing the action, but you're not doing it on like you're doing it like how do I say this? I gotta think
so
about it.
I know what you're trying to say because I've
Yeah,
heard that
you know
before.
what I'm trying to
So you're
say, right?
trying to say that we want to do a genocide, but we want to do it quietly and slowly enough that the world won't pay attention that we're committing a genocide.
Yeah, because if you drop a bomb in the city and kill 200 people immediately, the whole world will know that you're like doing this to
So
manslaughter.
you're basically saying that we are terrible in committing genocide because by the UN, there were more births in Gaza from October 7, 2023 than there were deaths. So the population of the Gazans people went up during this war. Not only they didn't go down, they went up. So the UN said basically that there is, I'll find you the article, but it's about 120 babies born in Gaza every single day.
But I don't
I'm
trust
gonna
anything
find
on
it
what
for
the
you right
UN
now.
says, to be honest. You never know. The media always lies.
No, this is literally the UN. The UN is very anti-Israel. Like you can say that the UN
But
is
United Nations.
pro-Israel. The United Nations is very anti-Israel organization. They do not like Israel at all. Let's see, catastrophic birds. Okay, in the first half of 2025, 17,000 birds were recorded. Okay, let's see. How many? Let's see. How many babies born in Gaza since October 2023?
Pretty weird thing.
Oh,
There are
here,
more.
about 130 children. Okay, you can literally Google. There's an organization, it's called Save the Children. Save the Children. It's an organization that help, Palestinians and Gazans, and again, very anti-Israel. If you actually go through their website, you will see they call my country genocidal, occupier, apartheid, every single bad thing that you can say. So they said that there's over 130 children are born in Gaza every single day. 130 children every single day. 1 year, 365 days. So in 1 year, 47,450 babies are born in Gaza in 1 year. That was in between 2023 to 2024. We are now
Yeah,
2 years into this war. That means that there were 94,900 births. The death toll is less than that, which means that the population went up. So you want to tell me that
but
we're
that doesn't
trying to do
justify you guys killing the
wait,
civilians
wait with the
too.
wait with the justifying, okay? Because let's
Well,
start.
because
Let's
what are you
finish.
trying to prove with this,
Let's
Habib?
let's finish
You know
it,
what?
Habibi. Shwaya, shwaya, Habibi.
These
Let's
babies get
let's
born every day. People still get killed.
Habibi,
So what?
Habibi. Let's finish with the genocide, and I'll go with everything else that you want. But
Yeah,
how can you claim that we're trying to genocide a population where a genocide is a legal claim that basically means that we're trying to destroy in part or in whole a national, religious, ethnical group, let's say the Gazans, a national group, we're trying to destroy them, we're trying to exterminate them,
yes. Look
okay?
at look at what the
But
IDF soldiers are saying. You
but
know, they're
we're
saying let's kill
bef-
them.
yeah, but if we're trying to exterminate them and
Yeah.
we killed 65,000 of them, and that includes all the terrorists, but there was also almost 100,000 births and the population went up. Wouldn't you say that we're doing a really bad job in trying to exterminate them if the population not only went down, it went up?
I mean, it's going up, but that's even more sadder that babies are being born in the middle of a war.
Yeah, but
Not
would
even
you
a
but at
war.
least you would say but would you at least agree that it's not a genocide if the population goes up?
I don't agree on that, to be honest. I don't agree
Okay.
because
So,
like
do you
if
think the IDF is a
it
strong
isn't like why
military?
why why do hospitals get bombed? Like for example, hospitals. You see hospitals on the street. They aren't hospitals anymore. It's burned down everything.
No hospitals are destroyed completely. There are a lot of hospitals that are just not operable, and that's because
There
and
was
that
even like a footage from a nurse getting shot in the head.
from from
A
a
nurse.
nurse getting
It's-
shot in the head.
yes.
Okay, where is the footage?
I mean, for example, you probably noticed as well. This is another
Because I
example.
see a
You know
lot of
that
videos of people that are on the floor with gun wounds, and people are saying this is an IDF soldier that did that, and then
no,
they don't show us anything. They just show us a person, or they show us someone getting shot, but they don't show us the
no.
IDF
There
soldier.
was literally one baby. I forgot her name. There was like two nurses riding in the ambulance bus. that also got shut up. You probably know
Yeah,
about
I
this.
know about the story. I forgot her name too.
Yeah,
The baby that was in the war zone and her family was already in the humanitarian zone, and they left her in the war zone, and then they sent her with her cousins in an ambulance, right? What's her name?
yeah, that's
Why
you,
why was her parents not with her? Why did they leave her in a war zone? That was a literally a war zone, the red zone. They were already in the safe humanitarian zones.
no, the nurses got shot too, not only the baby.
It doesn't matter. Why did her parents leave her alone? Why was she in a war zone?
I, I cannot debate you on that, but it still doesn't like change the fact that you cannot.
I'll tell you one
Sure.
thing. I'll tell you one thing.
Yeah,
Before we like move forward, I don't know why I forgot the name of that girl. Now it's gonna annoy me. Wait. So Hind Rajab.
Intra job
Hind
was what?
Rajab.
Yeah.
Hind Rajab is the girl that was in literally in a war zone in Gaza City, even though the IDF sent evacuation from Gaza City for months, and her family evacuated. They left Gaza City. They left her in Gaza City. So they went to the humanitarian zones in Al Muasi, and they were there. And Hind Rajab was with her cousins, and they were driving with her in a hospital. And that was months after her family already evacuated. If you are a parent, you look young enough, you look probably, I don't think you have children. If you're a parent, would you leave your 5-year-old girl in a war zone and go to a safe place without her?
No, but like okay, but like I wouldn't. That's a dumb
It's a war
decision.
zone. A war zone
But
means that there are terrorists everywhere and there is active combat happening around. So I'm not saying that it's okay that it happened. I'm not saying that, oh, she deserved it. She's a child. It's tragic. It's sad. Every single human being that is innocent and dies because of this war, it's tragic. I condemn it. I think it's terrible. I hate it. I wish it didn't happen. But the reality is that I can point the fingers where I should point the fingers. And you should point the fingers on the terrorists that started this war. And also on her parents that
I
left her
mean,
in a war
okay,
zone.
so you're trying to say like before 7th of October, Israel didn't do anything bad to the Palestinians.
Before
Is
the
that what
7th
you're
of
saying?
October, you need to understand this war go back more than 1948.
Yeah, I
Because a
know
lot of people like
because
to
Israeli
say,
people they invaded the homes of the Palestinian people and stuff. I mean, in your own book in the Talmud, it's even written that it's
what is the
permissible.
Talmud?
The Talmud, it's the Jewish book. It's
It's a
the
Jewish book of what? What is that?
Talmud.
Yeah, what is that? Tell me.
The Talmud is the book you guys
I know
believe in.
what the Talmud is. I want to know why you bringing that up because you have no idea what it is.
No, but why are there things written in the Talmud like you can steal from non-Goyans and stuff?
So, first of all, are you a Muslim or are you a Christian?
I'm a Muslim.
You're a Muslim. If I tell you
Yeah.
that the Sunnah is the same as the Quran, what would you tell me?
The Talmud is the same as the Quran?
I'm asking you, if right now I'm giving you a quote from a hadith, and
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it said that in the Quran, and then you tell me, no, it's not in the Quran, it's in the
Yeah, but
hadith.
hadith isn't something from the
The
Quran. That's
hadith
very
is different than the Quran, right?
yeah, hadith is
Exactly
different.
the same. The Talmud is separate than the Torah. Our
Oh, so you
Torah,
believe in the Torah?
our Torah that was given to us by God is separate than the Talmud. The Talmud is just a book that shows discussions between rabbis. That's the Talmud. The Talmud is literally discussions between rabbis, human beings. It's not divine from God.
Not God's words, you're
No,
saying.
it's not God's words, it's discussions. And if you actually read the Talmud, by the way, it's very, very long. There's multiple books of the Talmud. No, we are not allowed to steal from anybody. And all of those cherry picked quotes, I'm not even blaming you. You look like a really good person. I'm not going to lie. You look like a good person. I can tell you have a good heart. I don't know if you hate Jews. Maybe you are. I don't really care. But
I hate Zionists. I hate
well, I'm a
Zionists.
Zionist and Jews are the same, so it doesn't
I
matter.
hate you then.
So yeah, you hate Jews. I really, honestly, I don't care. I will talk to a
I don't
Nazi
hate
anyway.
Jews. I don't hate Jews. I hate Zionists.
Zionists. Okay, so 95% of the Jews in the world are Zionists. So you only hate 95% of us?
What? No, you got the
Yeah.
statistics wrong.
No, it's very much correct.
Bullshit.
What is a Zionist?
A Zionist?
Yeah,
I
what is
mean,
Zionist?
Zionist is someone that acknowledges the state of Israel.
Okay, so a Zionist is somebody who believes that Jewish people have the right to live where their ancestors lived? And that's something that you hate?
No, that's not what I hate. You have the right to live over there, but that Zionist is more than that.
No, that's what Zionist
Zionist
is.
is something that's who's okay with what's happening in Gaza right now.
No.
That's
A Zionist, literally, the word Zionist comes from the word Zion. The word Zion to us, Jews, Zion, describes Yerushalayim, Jerusalem. El Quds.
yeah,
El Quds, right? That's what
yeah,
Zionist means. When you say Zionist, you mean Jewish people have the right to live where their ancestor lived,
yeah.
where King
In,
David lived, where Solomon lived, where all of our ancestors lived. That's what a Zionist means. You're talking about a definition that was taken and ripped apart by pro-Palestinians to demonize people like me. But
no,
95% of the Jews in the world believe that we have the right to live in Israel. It doesn't mean that we need to live there alone. It doesn't mean that I don't think that Muslims should live in Israel. I acknowledge that your people, Muslim people, have holy sites in the land of Israel. And I
yes,
want you
we
to,
do in Jerusalem. The accent,
yeah,
well,
Al-Aqsa, exactly. And I want you to be able to go and pray in Al-Aqsa. And
yes,
I'll tell you even
but
more than that.
your leader wants to destroy it.
No, we do
Why?
not. We do not want to. First of all, we do not. We do not want to
There's a
destroy it.
documentary. Literally, people in Jerusalem, the
Yeah.
Jews got documented.
Yeah.
They were saying like, we're gonna destroy this temple and we're gonna build a
Yeah, but
great
you're
temple.
bringing like individual people that have individual opinions. I can also give you individual Muslims
No,
that
but
tells.
it's true.
But I
It's
can
true. You
also
guys,
give
you
you
guys want to establish a third temple. That's true,
the
right?
third temple will be established, not
Yeah,
by
it will.
us. When the
It's the place
Mashiach
where
comes,
the ex-mosque is
when
right
the
now.
Mashiach comes, the third temple will be built. It will happen. And then all the religions, everybody in the world will come together in one and there will be peace. That's what we believe. But you can give me an example of like few radical people that say we need to destroy Al-Aqsa. I can give you example of radical Muslims that are saying, well, we need to kill all the Jews.
Yeah, true. It's true. That's a
Does
good
that mean
fact.
that every Muslim think that you need to kill all the Jews?
That's a good fact. What
And
she
that
did
Jews are
say,
pigs and they need to hide behind the tree, and the tree will open his mouth and will say, oh Muslim, there's a Jew behind me, come and kill it. Do I think that every single Muslim think this way?
no, of course not. But like from what I've seen on the internet only,
Mm-hmm.
and like, the people and how the people represent themselves, in Israel.
Mm-hmm.
For what I've seen, it's almost negative.
Do you know what the algorithm? You know what an algorithm is?
Yeah, I know what the algorithm is. I know what the algorithm
So
is.
my
But
Habibi,
I
when
also,
you're seeing one video of an Israeli settler doing something bad and you're interacting with it and you're even watching it more than 3 seconds, the
yeah, I
algorithm is
know.
picking up on it and is
More
only
of it
gonna
on your
show you
feed.
this.
You will get more on it off your feet. But I'm a person, I think from both ways. I also look from the
But you
other.
don't see both ways because your algorithm is not going to show you both ways. The algorithm is not going to show you pro Israel content, it's only showing you anti Israel content. And this is why I'm on this platform, so you can actually talk to people like me that you probably would never talk to, because when you're watching TikToks or Instagram, it's not going to show you my side of the story. It's only going to show you the other side of the story. So let me tell you from my side of the story. I don't hate Muslims. I don't hate anybody. I'm Jewish. I'm a very proud Jew. I believe
Yeah,
in God, la ilaha illallah.
yeah,
Musa Rasulallah. Okay? I
exactly.
believe in God. Musa Rasulallah. I believe in it. I believe in God. I believe that I have a purpose in life as a Jewish person, and that you as a Muslim person, you have a purpose in life.
Yeah,
That's
inshallah.
what I believe. I believe that your prophet Muhammad is not my prophet, but he came to you as a prophet so you can bring people in the world back to believe in God, and believe in one God. That's what I believe. I
Yeah,
have a purpose, you have a purpose,
exactly.
right?
Yeah,
And what I'm saying to you, I'm being very truthful. Inshallah, one day we live in a situation where my people and your people can go together to the Temple Mount. And you can pray in Al-Aqsa, and I can pray in my Temple Mount, that this is my holiest place. And I can go to Hebron, and I can go to Bethlehem. Right now, I can't go as a Jewish
inshallah.
woman. I can't go to the Palestinian Authority. The Palestinians that live in the West Bank, in Judea and Samaria, they can enter into Israel. Jews cannot enter into the Palestinian Authority. By law, we're not allowed. I wish that one day the land, I believe in the one state solution. I believe all the land should be Israel, and Muslim, Jews, and Christians should be living there peacefully, respectfully, with equal rights. That's what I believe. You
So
can
you
pray to
believe,
Muhammad and I can pray to God.
yeah?
Yeah, that's what I
Wait,
believe.
so you believe that the whole of Palestine should be Israel in the end? So you believe?
I believe that that's the only way
Why?
because it is
Why?
Israel. It was never Palestine. Palestine is a made up word, it's a colonial term.
I mean, okay, I got the one question for you, yeah?
Yeah,
One last question. Why are DNA tests banned in Israel?
it's not banned in Israel. There's quite literally a DNA company, one of the biggest DNA companies in the world, is based in Israel. This is
Yeah, yeah,
another
but
propaganda.
is it a propaganda that people in Israel cannot do DNA tests?
Yeah,
Is
it's
that
propaganda.
propaganda?
Yeah, it's propaganda.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Okay, okay,
Again, what's their name? My Heritage. I think that's the name of the company. It's literally an Israeli company, like Israeli DNA company.
okay. No, no, because I've written something about
You
that.
know what
So
they say that? Oh yeah, My Heritage. MyHeritage.com. This is an
yeah,
Israeli company for
yeah.
DNA testing. So yeah, you can very much do DNA tests in Israel. The reason that this lie was spreaded, because again, every lie has a purpose. Every lie. The reason that it was spreaded is to say, well, they banned DNA tests, so the Jews won't do a DNA test and learn that they're not even the real Jews. They're all converts and blah 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 blah. My grandparents are from Yemen, so this is why I speak a little Arabic. This is why I clearly don't look like a white colonizer, even though I
That's
dye
probably
my
why
hair.
you're pretty, not like the other Zionists that are ugly.
Oh,
Yeah, no,
don't believe me. You haven't seen other Israeli women. There's a lot of very beautiful Israeli women.
I've only seen ugly ones.
Well,
You
again,
know, in the first,
your algorithm betrays you. Like it
huh?
betrays you, your algorithm. But what do I want to say? Yeah, so my grandparents are from Yemen, and all of them, they lived in Yemen for a very very long time. They moved to Israel from Yemen before 1948, actually in the 20s. They were dhimmis. They paid the jizya. They did it all. Like they lived in Yemen for generations after we were kicked out from Israel by the Roman Empire. So yeah, they lived in Yemen for a long time. And then people tell me on the internet, you should do a DNA test. Habibi, I don't need to do a DNA test because my grandma was a Jew and she married a Jew that married a Jew that married a Jew that married a Jew that married a Jew. And Jews, we are a tribe of people. And this is why, like the DNA test, they're trying to say that we don't have a claim to the land, which I find hysterical because I can say Palestinians are Arab. They speak Arabic, their traditions are Arab, their history is Arab, their culture is Arab, everything about them is Arab, which means that I can say that they do not belong in that land. They should go to the Arabian Peninsula. But I don't say that. You know why? Because it's bullshit. It's a bullshit argument. There's a lot of Palestinians that lived in that land for a very long time.
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
a lot of
exactly.
Palestinians that have history in that land. There's a lot of Palestinians that used to be Jews and converted to Islam during the
Yeah,
Muslim
true.
conquest. And if they do DNA test, it's probably going to say Jewish, right?
Yeah.
Maybe like 10-20% Jewish.
I
So
mean, everybody was Jewish before the time of Islam, you know?
so I don't believe that nobody should be kicked out because of where they're from. I think it's a bullshit argument. So when people bring up the DNA test argument, it's just to say, Jews, you do not belong in Israel. But the funny thing is, when Jews lived in the Middle East, they told us, you're not belong in the Middle East. Go to Israel. When the Jews lived in Europe, they told the Jews of Europe, you're not belong in Europe. Go to Israel. So when we go back to Israel, now they tell us you don't belong in Israel. You need to go back to where you came from. Jews, doesn't matter where we live, people will tell us that we don't belong. We have our land now. We have a military, strong military. Thank God, Alhamdulillah. Thank you, God, that you're protecting us. You help us to defeat all of our military. Don't you believe that it's the will of Allah that we will be in the land if we win every single war?
No, no, I think Allah is giving you this road, this road is yours, but, you
I
know,
believe that Allah is literally on our side. He tells us this is your land. And I believe that until the Muslims won't open their eyes to the real will of Allah and understand that their job is not to fight us, their job is to spread the word of God. Because this is why Islam was invented to begin with. Islam was invented to spread the word of God. They
yeah,
believe in one only God, right? Not like the pagans that worship the trees
Yeah,
and
yeah, the
stones,
trees, the cows and stuff. Yes,
right?
exactly.
I don't hate Muslims. I think Islam can be a beautiful religion. It's
It
the
is a beautiful religion.
I'm saying can because some Islamists are taking things out of context and making it a dangerous religion sometimes, right?
This
Unalive
is
the
culture,
infidels,
you know.
like it.
That's just culture, you know.
I agree. I have a lot of
There's
Muslim that I know
culture.
from Israel that are really good people that I don't think that they believe that all of the Jews should go and die, right? But yeah, you
Yeah,
have people in the world that are very radical, like, and I think it's not the will of Allah. And I think until the Ummah understand the true meaning and the true will of Allah, which was to bring people together and to make people believe in the one and only God, which is Allah, and not fight the believers, because we are also believing in God. We believe in one God. We're not your enemy. So
yeah.
until the Muslim in the world understand it as a whole and stop attacking Israel, they will always lose. This is why they lost in 1948. This is why they lost in 1967. This is why they lose right now.
Yeah, it's just the Jewish people just have lots of might in the country. That's why.
I believe that
Well, it goes way back.
nothing
You
in the
guys,
world is not controlled by God. There, do you think
the world is controlled by Jews.
do you think that so you're not a Muslim?
No, I am a Muslim, but the world is controlled by Jews.
How can you say the world is controlled by Jews if the world is controlled by God?
The world is made by God, and this
The
world is
world is
intent.
controlled. Don't you believe that God, that everything that happens to you is the will of God?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think that everything that happened to you is something that God wanted and
It
intended
is
for
it
you?
is written. My path is already written. You know, I can only pray to God for good advice, but everything that happens in my life, okay,
So
that's some.
God written. So if we control the world, which we clearly don't because we are literally 0.2% of the population, but if we control the world, but God is the one that controls the world. So maybe God wanted to give us a special purpose in this world, and this is why we have influence. Because
Right.
everything is the will of God. Every single thing is the will of God. What's happening right now in Gaza, what's happening in Israel, it's the will of God.
It's not the will of God.
I believe it is.
Being gay is like it's haram for you guys too, right?
Yeah, of course. But we
I
don't kill, but we
mean,
don't
the person
throw them
who
off a
made the
roof.
apple was
But we
Jewish.
don't throw
That's
them
the
off a
will of Allah
roof.
too.
Yeah, but there's a different. So Judaism is a little different. So first of all, Judaism is not a religion. You know that, right?
Judaism is not a religion.
Not a religion.
No.
No. So, for example, you're a Muslim, but you don't
Yeah.
believe in Allah. You don't believe in Muhammad as the last prophet. You're not a Muslim. If you don't believe
No.
in Muhammad, you don't believe
No.
in Allah, you're not a Muslim. If you're a
Yeah.
Christian and you don't believe in Jesus, that he was a prophet, that he was the messenger of God, that he was the son of God, you're not a Christian.
Yeah.
If you're Jewish and you don't believe in God, you don't believe in Musa, you don't believe in nothing, you're still a Jew. Because Judaism is not a religion. A religion is a new concept that came into fruition with the invention of Christianity and Islam. The Jewish people, we are tribes of people. We are indigenous people that came from the land of Judea. We are, you probably won't believe it because unfortunately, the new take of the Quran wants to disprove that we are Bnei Israel, but we are Bnei Israel and we come from that land. That land was given to us, was promised to us by God 3,000 years ago. Didn't you hear? 3,000 years ago, it was promised to us. All my
Yeah.
fucking comment section is like, it was promised to you 3,000 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, that land was given to us by God, and we are tribes of people. We all come from the same people. We all have the same culture, traditions, language. Yeah, there's people that can convert to Judaism, but the conversion to Judaism, it's not like a conversion to Islam. If you say la ilaha, if you say la ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasul, like if you say that 3 times, or if you dip your head in the water, now you're Christian, now you're Muslim. It doesn't work like that in Judaism. To become a Jew, for someone to go through the conversion process, it's a long process. It's years of taking upon yourself a new identity, learning, understanding, and a lot of people are not even finishing the conversion process. This is why the conversion rate is very low. Like maybe 1% of the Jews today in the world are converts, probably less. And I will tell you, I get a lot of DMs from people that are telling me, I want to become Jew. And I went to a rabbi to ask him, how can I become Jew? And he told me, don't be a Jew. Like the rabbis literally deny people. They need to deny them legally 3 times because our point is that we don't believe that everyone needs to be Jewish. I don't believe that for you to go to Jannah, you need to be a Jew. I believe that you can go to Jannah with being a Muslim if you're keeping the 7 Noahide laws and you're doing good deeds in the world, right? So we don't believe that everybody needs to be a Jew. So when people want to convert to Judaism, for example, because they think that that's the only way to go to heaven, we tell them, no, you don't need to be a Jew to go to heaven. You can just, if you're a good person and you're doing good deeds in the world, you're making the world a better place, you're gonna go to heaven. Um, so we're not trying to convert, but yeah, Jewish people, we're not a religion. We're a tribe of people. My people all came from Judea. My grandparents spent their diaspora time in Yemen after they were kicked out by the Romans, just like an Ashkenazi Jew from Poland. His family was kicked out. We came back to Israel, and guess what? We pray the exact same prayers. We keep the exact same holidays. We do every single custom and tradition exactly the same. Maybe we look a little differently, but just like you, Habibi, you're very handsome man, right?
Thank
Some,
you.
yeah, it's true, right? Let's be honest.
Thank,
Let's be
thank.
honest. But not all Arabs look alike. Not all Palestinians look alike. You have Palestinians that have blonde hair and blue eyes. You have
Yeah,
Palestinians
yeah,
that are
true.
dark. We all
Yeah,
look different, but it doesn't mean that we're not the same group of people.
yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I
Okay.
mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. You might be the least Zionist person I've been spoken to with a brain.
I'm the
Oh,
most Zionist person
oh,
you
yeah,
probably ever met.
yeah. The only thing I can hope for is for a ceasefire. It's just for everything to stop.
I wish Hamas accept the deal. We accepted the deal. Now we
Yeah,
wait on Hamas.
yeah. They're saying Hamas wants to talk about it. There was
You know
that.
why they want to talk about it? Because they want to stay in power. We told them, like, once you give power, you demilitarize, we will create, like, not even we, it's like the United States will create a delegation of Palestinians that will be the new leaders of Gaza because we want to de-radicalize Gaza to make it not like they are very much, they hate Jews, like they have a lot of radical ideology. So de-radicalizing Gaza, we want the Palestinians to rule Gaza, but not Hamas, because Hamas
I
promised.
just hope it works out.
I hope
I don't
Hamas
think it's
say
gonna
yes.
happen after everything that has been done to them. The damage.
I think
It's
it
too
will
big.
happen because of that. Every single ceasefire deal happened because of military operation.
Yeah, yeah, true. But I'm saying, like, their motives. I don't know. I don't think it will change.
Yeah,
I mean,
because they don't care about the Palestinian people. They want them to die because they use them as political pawn. They don't care how many Palestinian people die. Did you ever see the video of what's his name? It was one of the Hamas officials when he was interviewed in, I don't think it was Al Jazeera. I think it was another Arabic news channel, and he was asked, why don't you let the civilians, at least the women and the children, in the tunnels to protect themselves from the airstrikes? Why don't you? Because they don't have shelters in Gaza. They didn't build shelters,
yeah, they
right?
don't.
They planned October 7th for over 2 years. They admitted that. For 2 years, they planned the attack. They knew that Israel will retaliate, but they didn't build any shelters. So he asked them, why don't you let at least the children, the women to the tunnels, why don't you let them in? You know what he said, that the Hamas official? He said, it's not our responsibility to care for the civilians of Gaza. It's the UN's responsibility because they are all refugees. It's not our job to care for them.
Okay, yeah, that's pretty bad for them to say.
And that's their leaders. Imagine your
Yeah,
your prime minister
I,
say that about you. It's not my
yeah,
job to
I
protect
admit,
you.
very bad leader.
So this is
But
why they
still,
need to
it's
be
really
gone.
sad that tons of people are suffering because of his actions.
I
It's pretty.
agree. I agree. It is sad, and this is why we need to get rid of Hamas as soon as possible. Because the Palestinian people suffered enough. They suffered enough. They had to deal with Hamas since 2007, basically. So they suffered enough. They can't speak up. They don't have freedom of press in Gaza. They can't just speak their mind, freedom of speech. They'll kill them. I literally made a video the other day. I don't know if you probably haven't seen this video because again, your algorithm won't show you these type of things. But literally Hamas executed 3 Palestinians in the middle of the street and people were cheering. I think the people that were cheering, they maybe they do support Hamas, but a lot of them just because they're also afraid to speak their mind. But they literally killed 3 people. They shot them in the head because they said that they are collaborators of the Zionists. Like, they shot them in the head. They killed their own people. Like, the own Palestinian people, they hate Hamas.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. You know, fuck them.
Seriously,
Fuck.
fuck them. Seriously,
Yeah.
fuck them.
Yeah. You know, I just hope for Hamas to disappear, inshallah. You know, two states,
Inshallah, my goodness.
two-state solution too. You know,
No,
Palestinian is
one state solution.
two-state,
solution.
two-state.
Habibi, two-state solution. Do you think Palestinian people that live in the West Bank and in Gaza, do you think they would want to be separate than Jerusalem?
No, but you guys can share it.
The two-state solution didn't include the whole part of Jerusalem, and I'll tell you more than that.
That was the green line.
Yeah, like you're talking about, like East Jerusalem.
Yeah.
The two-state solution, essentially, if it will ever happen, will mean that they get Gaza and the West Bank, and we keep everything else. And most Palestinians will tell you that they don't want that. They don't want that. They want
Because the Holy Land in the end, of course.
And let me tell you, me as a Jew, I don't think it's right that I can't go to Hebron. I can't go to Bethlehem. Why? Those are holy sites for me. The only solution is a one-state solution. The only solution where everybody treated equally, everyone have freedom of religion. You can go and live wherever you want on the land that you consider holy. It doesn't matter if I think you're indigenous, you're not. It doesn't matter who gives a crap. Everyone have freedom of movement.
Yeah.
And we are de-radicalized, but that's the only option. But it can only be a Jewish state. It has to be a Jewish state. It has to be called Israel. And again, Palestinians can live there and have equal rights, go to Al-Aqsa, pray, do everything that they want to do, be in the government just like they are right now. We have a lot of Arab citizens in Israel. And I think that they will prefer that than the two-state solution that basically just separates us even more.
We'll see about that.
Do you think they want a two-state solution?
I mean, it's pretty much a disrespect for the Palestinians, you know, to like have like a one-state solution. I mean,
why? If they can have, what do you prefer? Do you prefer to have two small areas or to be able to live in the entire land?
I mean, who says they will be able to do that?
But that's what the one-state solution is. That's what I'm advocating for.
I mean, I don't think that dream will ever come true, you know.
I'll tell you, when they do, have you ever been to a Palestinian protest?
No, never.
No. Well, when they do those protests, they sing in English, but also in Arabic. In English, they sing, "From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free." From the river to the sea. In Arabic, do you speak a little Arabic?
No, I don't speak Arabic.
Yeah, I know, it's a different language for you, but in Arabic they say, "Min al-maya el-maya, Palestine, Arabiya." Does that sound like free or Arab to you? The end.
Does the word Arabiya define free or not?
So, min al-maya el-maya. Maya in Arabic is water. So from water to water. Palestine, right? Because they can't say Palestine because Palestine is a colonizer name. They don't have P in Arabic, so they say Palestine. So min al-maya el-maya, Palestine, Arabiya, Arab. So from water to water, Palestine is Arab. They don't say Palestine will be free. They say Palestine needs to be Arab. That's what they say. Now, do I agree with it? Obviously, I don't agree with it. They will have to change their perception because it will never happen. But I believe that our people should be able to live together on that land because it's a holy land for me. It's a holy land for them. We both believe in God. We both worship one creator. They can worship in their place of worship. We can worship in our places of worship. There shouldn't be an issue for our two people to get along. The only reason that we're not getting along is because you have the ideology on that radical side that thinks that if we just kill the Jews enough, they will just get tired and pack their things and leave. But they don't understand that we will never leave. This is our land. This is where we come from. We'll never leave. So once they change this perception, we'll have peace. Inshallah, we'll have peace.
Inshallah, inshallah. I can only hope for that, you know.
You too. You too. God bless you.